Morning, gang. Richard Bliss Brooke here on the morning hike. Today we're going to talk about running buddies. So I'm feeling a little left behind today because Kimmy left without me. You know, we go on this 90-minute hike every morning, or at least she does. I go, I don't know, maybe half the time. That might be optimistic. So this morning, you know, she said, I'm leaving. And I'm busy with email. So by the time I respond, she's gone. And you know, that's a really important part of leadership, is you got to tell people where you're going, cast the vision, and you got to go whether they go with you or not. Because if you stand around and wait for them, they'll just keep you stuck where they are. So, you know, that's leadership. But today we're talking about a running buddy. And here's what I mean by a running buddy. A running buddy is somebody that you find, physically or virtually, that you run with. Now, if you're a runner, I guess you run with them. If you're a hiker, you hike with them. If you're a dancer, you dance with them. If you're a recruiter, you recruit with them. If you're a meeting putter-oner, you put on meetings with them. Anything that you need to be doing every day to accomplish your goals, you want to find yourself a running buddy who will do it with you until you're the leader, until it's natural for you, until it's habitual for you, until somebody else relies on you to help them go. So when it comes to the hike every morning, Kimmy's my running buddy because she's going whether I go or not. She'll go every morning. And so I need to latch on to her. You know, it's kind of like she's also my eating buddy. So when it comes to eating right, I latch on to Kimmy because she's going to eat right almost all the time. So she's my running buddy. So for those of you that are recruiters, maybe you're putting on events and you know you're a little afraid to do it, you're not sure yourself, get yourself a running buddy, somebody to go with you. Here's the essence of a running buddy. If you're by yourself, so think about me and hiking, if I'm by myself, if I'm home alone, am I going to hike in the morning? Well, sometimes, but not every time. But if Kimmy's home, I'll hike twice as much, right? Because of my running buddy. So here's the thing. Here's like my classic example of the value of a running buddy. So, you know, old school network marketing, you get in your car, you drive 3 hours, you do a meeting for somebody, right? And if you get in your car and you drive 3 hours and nobody shows up for the meeting, you can, if you look carefully, you can see Kimmy down there walking through the brush. She's ahead of me. If you drive 3 hours, go to this meeting and nobody shows up, I mean, just imagine you're there, whether it's hotel or somebody's house. There's no guests. What a waste of time. It's embarrassing. You got to drive all the way home by yourself. Total bummer, right? But not if you're with a running buddy. So whatever is totally devastating, like maybe you're on the phone talking to somebody about whatever it is, the vision is you're casting, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to go with you. If you're on the phone alone, it's devastating. If you're on the phone with your running buddy, it's hilarious. It's having a running buddy is the difference between oftentimes getting off the couch and not getting off the couch, and the difference between devastating emotionally and hilarious. That's the difference between a running buddy. So what I want you to think about is like the contrast between those two. So how much do you get accomplished if you don't get off the couch? if you don't get on the phone, if you don't book that appointment at Starbucks, if you don't do whatever your single daily action is that you promised yourself you do, in contrast to if you do. Oh, look, there's our neighbors. They got out early, so they're already walking. So what's the contrast? You know, it's like the difference, I talk about the difference between talking to somebody and not talking to them. You know, there's a lot of people that they're not out promoting their business because they don't think they have the perfect tool. They don't have the perfect words to say. They don't have the perfect story video. So they're not talking to anybody. What's the difference between not talking to anybody because you're afraid you don't have it all right and talking to people wrong, at least what you think is wrong? The contrast between the two is infinite. Infinite. Like the difference between not talking to people and talking to them clumsily is infinite. Like 100-fold, 1,000-fold. How do we know that? Because most people that are in our business, you know, especially if you're a network marketer, most people are in our business. Whoever talked to them about getting in the business did it poorly, said all the wrong things, did it in a not so functional way, right? But they got in the business. So not having the perfect tool, not having the perfect words, not having the perfect anything still works. Works like an infinite quantum difference between not doing anything at all. And having a running buddy is just one of those ways to go from 0 to 1. The difference between staying at 0 and going from 0 to 1 is epic, right? It's quantum. And so that's my challenge to you today. For whatever is the hardest thing for you to do, whatever is the scariest thing for you to do, recruit yourself a running buddy. So that doesn't even have to be somebody like Kimmy that's going to go no matter what. You know, you can have, if there's two of you and you're both maybes, well, guess what happens if you recruit each other and you make a promise to each other about, hey, let's do this every day. Let's spend a half hour on the phone talking to people. Or let's show up at each other's Starbucks appointments just to support each other. Let's do 3-way calls together. Let's get out and hike for an hour and a half a day together. Even if you're two maybes, it works because two maybes come together and they don't want to let each other down. You and I will let ourselves down 10 times faster than we'll let somebody else down. So find yourself a running buddy and enjoy the quantum leap in productivity that comes with it. Look, I'm only like 300 yards behind Kimmy now. I'm catching up. She's going to be shocked to see me. Here's a little meditative ocean view for you all this morning. This is Why Wednesday, by the way. All about motivation. A running buddy gives you a jump start to motivation.